What's up, YouTube, and welcome to the video of the games I picked up during the month of April 2017. This month I did some travel and visited the cities of Atlanta, Georgia, as well as Nashville, Tennessee, and got a few games out that way. I would say overall I got a lot more quality than quantity for this month, which is okay by me. And we're going to start off this month with some games I picked up for Sega systems. First one of these was an upgrade to a complete copy, and it's a very clean one, and that is for Zillion 2, the Tri-Formation for Sega Master System. This one actually has much better box art than the average Master System game, so very happy to get this in the collection, and it is a really good game. I still need to get the first Zillion for the Master System, though. Other Master System game I got complete this month is the arcade port of Thunderblade, and I haven't had a chance to play this one yet, but looking forward to it. I do remember the arcade game being pretty good. And then I also got a very big game off my list for the Genesis, in that I really just needed the manual to this, but I ended up having to buy a complete copy just to get everything I needed. And that is Flintstones by Taito. Very, very hard game to find complete, and this was actually the last Taito published game I needed for the Genesis to have the set all complete. So you will probably see a subset video for me for that very oddball subset that probably most people aren't chasing, but being a big Taito fan, this was a big thing off my list, so very happy to get this. And then the other oddball I got for a Sega system this month is a complete copy of the original Shinobi for the Game Gear. This one I very rarely would ever see complete because Game Gear got stuff in complete in boxes really hard to find in stores. So very happy to get this, and I actually really like the artwork on this. I think it's pretty cool. I do not have Shinobi 2 for the Game Gear, so that might be the next one I track down just to have kind of this little mini set as well. So always like getting Shinobi games. They're some of my favorites. I like ninja action games in general, so pretty cool stuff. I got a game for the Wii that I've been looking for a really long time. This was a very challenging Wii game to find, whereas most of the stuff that's considered pretty rare in the system I'm able to find in stores still. So this is Dragon's Lair Trilogy, of course a compilation of Dragon's Lair 1 and 2, as well as Space Ace, and very looking forward to checking this one out. I've played a few of these in various incarnations, ports across different systems, but I would think this is probably the best way to get these games. So definitely understand why this is picking up a lot of collector interest now and was probably ignored at the time of release just due to low production run. So looking forward to checking this one out. Another oddball game I picked up this month that was just at my local game store excuse me, is Barunba for PC Engine. This is a shooter. It's published by Namco, but I don't know for sure if they actually developed it, and I don't think this was an arcade game. So I always like getting PC Engine shooters. A lot of them are pretty good. There's just way too many on that system to actually collect them all, but just another one off the list there. Got a couple portable games for the DS this month, both complete, and first one of these I'm pretty excited to find. That is The Dark Spire by Atlas and Success. I've heard a lot of great things about this game and looking forward to checking it out, and this one has been very tough to find. I didn't get the copy with the outer box and the CD and all that, but as far as case and manual, it's all here, so that's good. And I got one Mega Man game that I stumbled on very cheaply at a local store. It turns out it's actually pretty collectible, and that is Mega Man Star Force. Oh boy, I don't have all the name down. Star Force Dragon. It's part of a sub-series of Mega Man games. I think they're like card battling games for the DS, and for some reason this one's a very difficult one to find that was completely off my radar as something to be looking for. So nice to get this just kind of by stroke of luck. Then we'll go into some PS1 games, and of course I've been collecting PS1 pretty heavy for the last few months, so always nice to get more games for my PS1 collection. First one of these is Expendable. This is a game I've owned on Dreamcast for many years. For some reason I don't see the PS1 game very often, so I figured I'd grab it. It's kind of a Contra-style run and gun. It's very average, I would say, but nice game to have if you like games of that style, because there really aren't a whole lot for the PS1. Another game I had on Dreamcast that I'm now getting the PS1 version is the original SPIDERMAN by Activision. This one was considered very good whenever it first came out, and I'm actually looking forward to checking it out on the PlayStation. This game was originally designed for the system, and then got ported by another sub-developer for the Dreamcast and N64 versions, so this one might actually play the best of all of them, even though it may not look the best. So looking forward to playing that a little bit more. I got Micro Machines V3 for the PlayStation. I haven't played any of these newer Micro Machines games, but I thought it was funny that they retain some of the courses and even the characters that they used back in the NES Micro Machines game that I really like. So maybe this is pretty good. I don't know. I got it super cheap, so looking forward to checking it out. Another game I want to play for the PlayStation is this one you don't see too often. This is Soul of the Samurai by Konami. I actually had a sealed copy of this in my collection, and I don't collect sealed games, and I also didn't really want to open it up, so I decided that as soon as I found a loose copy of it, I'd grab that. I'm going to sell my sealed copy and hopefully check this out from there. And then I got a couple import games for the PS1. The first one of these I just stumbled on in a store in my travels, which was one that I'd kind of heard that I wanted to get, but wasn't super high on my radar. And it's Hermie Hopperhead. This is a very early 2D platformer for the PS1, Japan only. As far as I know, it might have come out in Europe, but definitely didn't come out in the US. And looks very colorful from the back. I think it was internally designed. Looking forward to checking it out. The only thing that stinks about this one is it comes in one of these proprietary Japanese-only cases that are thick, and it's all super cracked up, so I may have to find a replacement case for some other RPG or something like that. I can swap this out. If you're interested in that game, it's super cheap on eBay, it turns out, and I don't know, looks like an easy one to get. Must be pretty common and popular in Japan. The other one I got for the PS1 took a little bit of hunting. This one I got online, and this is Cotton Original, and it is the budget release version of the game, or one of actually 2 budget releases of this game. There is a full artwork version of it also, but it costs exponentially more, and really everything I wanted is in this version. So what's interesting is Cotton for just about every system out there has gotten to be extremely expensive, including some of the obscure systems that it appeared on, like the Turbo Duo and the Neo Geo Pocket Color in Japan, and systems like that. What I've heard about that, this version, is this is actually probably the best version of the original Cotton, because it is a straight port of the arcade hardware, and then has some of the enhanced CD sound of the PC Engine or Turbo Duo version added in. Really, really fun game. I actually like this way more than I was expecting to, and I can highly recommend this if you haven't checked it out. It has the subtitle Fantastic Night Dreams. I would actually go and say that translates to Nightmare, because there's some really creepy 2D visuals in this game, and it's kind of interesting given the light character art and all that. So really fun game, very challenging. Definitely highly recommend this for the import PS1, if not one of the other systems it appears on, if you can spring for those versions. So very, very happy with that one. Got a couple PSP games this month. First one of those is Lunar Silver Star Harmony. I believe this is a update of Lunar the Silver Star story, and looking forward to checking that out as well. I always liked that game. Don't really know if they added anything for the PSP version, or if it maybe has some of the enhancements of the PS1 version. I don't really know what's going on with that, but it is an Xseed published title. It has nice artwork, and I figured I'd check it out. And the other PSP game I got this month is The Legend of Heroes. I think this is the original one in the series. There were 3 of these for the PSP, as well as like a side story game or something like that. Just interesting. It's a Falcom release. I tend to like Falcom stuff. I haven't really tried any of these Legend of Heroes games, but looking forward to checking that out as well. And then I got one game for the PS4 this month. This was a release from Limited Fun Games called Pang Adventures, and I don't really support them. I think their whole business model is really stupid, to be frank. They do put out some interesting stuff here and there, along with some stuff that would basically be considered Wii shovelware, if not for the limited collector appeal of their items. So I did not purchase this item directly from them. I purchased it off an eBayer, who chose to keep their sticker and their postcard, which I don't care anything about, and sold the game at a reduced price. So very happy to get it that way. I love the Pang series, also known as Buster Brothers. I have pretty much everything in the series, including some of the arcade exclusive releases in my arcade collection, and really was hoping this game would be good, because it is not developed by the original company Mitchell. They no longer exist, so this was French developed, I do believe, and it actually is really good. I was surprised. It plays great. The visuals are a little too slick for my taste, but as far as the gameplay, it is classic Pang gameplay. It has some nice little wrinkles. The bosses are challenging, and it's a lot of fun. I can highly recommend this game if you can pick it up. And it seems to be that some of the would-be scalpers on this game took a bath on this one, because you can get it really cheap on eBay. So definitely recommend that one. The rest of the video is just some manuals and boxes I picked up. So I got just a lot of stuff I stumbled on in some stores that will now kind of upgrade some of my copies of my games. So first, I'm going to show you some of the boxes I got that are for NES games. First one of these is one of my favorites on the NES that is unheralded, and that is Kid Cool and the Quest for the Seven Wonder Herbs. Very, very fun Mario 3 related game, and it also is connected to Psycho Fox on the Master System as well as Decap Attack on the Sega Genesis. If you played any of those, this is going to feel right at home because it's a very similar game. Developed by Vic Tokai and maybe some other team within Vic Tokai, I'm not sure, but very similar characters in all three games. Happy to get that, and also that totally rad artwork on the cover. Then we have the Three Stooges. I have a total weakness for the Three Stooges. I used to watch marathons of it when I was a kid. Love the series. This game is not so hot, but nice to get a box copy of it just because I'm just really like the characters. So very cool there. Added a box Taito game to my collection, which is Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. I've had the cart for several years, of course, but never had a box for this one. I would like to have all the Taito games complete in box for the NES. I do have some of the heavy hitters, but not quite all of them, so I don't know if that's an attainable goal, but would certainly be nice. And then the last box I got for the NES is Monster Truck Rally. This is a really obscure four-wheeling game by INTV Corporation, which I believe is from the ashes of Intellivision, and they actually one of the very few games on the NES that supports the 4-player adapter, so very interesting there. Also thought it was cool, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, that the screenshots on the back were like super low res, just Polaroids of a TV or something that they took back then. No effort whatsoever, and probably another reason why this game did not sell very well. So happy to get a box for that. Then I got some manuals, and most of these are for NES, but I got a couple for other systems. I got Digger T-Rock, Legendary Wings, game I really like on the NES, Codename Viper, a manual for Kid Cool. I actually have an extra manual for this because I got one in that box as well. Astronauts, Jeopardy 25th Anniversary Edition, Karate Champ, Bigfoot, which you'll notice the box art is extremely a ripoff of that for that Monster Truck Rally. It's kind of funny. And I got TMNT 3 Radical Rescue for the Game Boy. Happy to get that manual. And then finally, a really good manual that surprisingly I didn't have is for Mega Man X2. So overall, very happy with all the stuff I got this month. Going to be doing some more traveling this month, so hopefully I'll have some other interesting finds out in the stores. I always like to find stuff that way rather than online as much as I can. Please take a moment if you like this video and leave a comment or subscribe to my channel if you have not already. Noticed I'm getting really close to 500 subscriptions, and I'm thinking about doing a giveaway for that. So if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. That will certainly make you eligible for whatever contest I may have coming in the coming weeks. Thanks for watching, and have a great day or night wherever you are.